Hey guys, today I'm sharing my top 8 purple blooming perennials. I'm a sucker for anything purple in my garden, whether it's flowers or vegetables, so I knew I had to do this video. First up is Hibiscus Syriacus, and I love this plant. You might know it as Rose of Sharon or Althea. It comes in several colors like white, pink, purples. This one here is a purple, and I have another color that's more of a mauve. That's what you see here, and as these age, they get darker in color. So even the dying blooms are actually pretty. This plant is incredibly heat and drought tolerant, but it's also adaptable to moister soils and even some shade. Most varieties grow anywhere between 10 and 15 feet tall and 10 feet wide, which is a great size. They go well with crepe myrtles, and you can cut them into a shrub or a tree. They're prolific bloomers, and they bloom from late spring all the way through fall. The foliage is also pretty. It's a medium to dark green and fairly glossy, which I really like. Next up is pincushion flower or Scabiosa. This is in the butterfly blue color. This is a sterile variety, so it won't give you viable seeds, but it's still a perennial and it'll still spread from the roots. I love this color because it's almost like an ultraviolet, and it's a prolific bloomer from spring all the way until the first frost. Sometimes it will take a break in the dead heat of summer though, but don't fear, it'll come back and it'll bloom out again for fall. Next up we have Verbena bonariensis. This one is a really cool plant because they grow quite tall, 18 inches plus, and they self-seed, and they're prolific bloomers as well. Just tons of clusters of purple flowers. These, for me, tended to take a break in the high heat of summer also, but as soon as it cooled down, they started blooming again. So I really like this variety. They'll also spread from the roots. Mine have bloomed for me from mid to late spring through fall. This is definitely a must-have if you're looking for that cottage garden look. This is Buddleia davidii, also known as butterfly bush. This is one of my favorite plants. I love the purple panicles. It blooms from really late spring, early summer through fall until the first frost for me. The foliage is a nice fuzzy silvery color. This is a sterile variety. There are some butterfly bushes that will self-seed and tend to be invasive. These are not, and most of the ones that you buy at your local nurseries or in the big box chain stores are sterile varieties like this. These plants are incredibly heat and drought tolerant, and they thrive in poor soil conditions. So you really do not have to water these plants very often. They can stand the dry soil. They can stand soil that doesn't have a lot of nutrients. So definitely the plant for you if you're a lazy gardener like I can be sometimes. Next up we have violas. This is a great plant for winter interest because it blooms from fall all the way through winter and into spring. And this plant will self-seed in the right conditions, but they do tend to die off in the summer, so they may be an annual in your area. They can be an annual in my area, but if you can plant them in a partial shade location, they might survive the hot days of summer here in East Texas. What's most appealing about these to me is that they survived through heavy snow last winter. Well, not real heavy snow, but we had about a week or two of snow here at 10 degrees and they were not phased at all. So I was really happy to have some spring colors through the winter. This one is a Vitex or chaste tree. This is a super prolific bloomer. It's heat and drought tolerant. And it can be pruned as a bush or pruned up as a tree, which is really nice. They're a really fast grower. They self-seed, and they just have the most beautiful bluish purple blooms, and it never stops blooming from spring all the way until the first frost. This one you may also know from previous videos that I've done. This is Ruellia in purple showers. It's the taller variety. Love this plant. It self-seeds and multiplies like crazy, and it blooms all spring, summer, and fall. Next we have Liriope. in the variegated version. I believe there's a white and a yellow variegated. This is the yellow, I think. Also has purple blooms in late summer and fall and spreads like crazy. This is a great ground cover. It's perfect for a living mulch in your garden. Just beware, wherever you plant it, it's going to spread quite a bit. It's also an evergreen in warmer climates. Alright, that is my top 8 for purple blooming perennials. I hope you guys try some of these in your garden. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell if you'd like to see more videos. We try to post a video every single day. See you next time.